Richard, as we open with you this morning, Arkansas lost another tough game against Oklahoma State. And Tommy and I have kicked around like you really need to win this game if you have a chance at a bowl. Not that they still can't do it in the 10 games. But after this weekend, how are you feeling about Arkansas's postseason chances in 2024?
I still feel like they're very capable of doing it. Obviously that was a huge missed opportunity on Saturday. I know you guys have talked about it to your probably blue in the face, but obviously it was a missed opportunity and one that they should have won. But give Oklahoma State credit for taking advantage of Arkansas's miscues, and that was the difference in the game. But I still think that they still have a good chance. It's just obviously the margin for error has been narrowed a little bit because I thought that going into the game, I thought they were a 7 to 10 point team better than Oklahoma State, and I kind of thought that they would win that. Obviously, they didn't, so it's where we are right now.
I don't know if you got a chance to listen to the players last night. Jaquinda Jackson does not lack confidence. He thinks that him and Talon form the best backfield in the country. That might be a little stretch, but with two new guys, when you had Rocket and KJ last year, what do you think their chemistry has been like through 2 games, and maybe what can that tandem look like in the next 10?
Well, when you're successful, I mean, even though they lost on Saturday, each one have back-to-back games. They've had good games, so the confidence should be pretty high, and everything that I can tell that they get along. I mean, everything I've always heard. You've heard Coach Pittman talk about Talon and his leadership. I just think when you got a guy that's your quarterback and you like him and you're having success, he's having success, you're going to have good vibes.
Richard Davenport with us here on the Morning Rush. When you look at this weekend and you look at the visitors and you look at, with a 3 o'clock start, are you expecting a pretty good crowd of official and unofficials this weekend?
I haven't confirmed any official visits, and probably tomorrow I'll have a better idea about some more of the guys coming. But the one guy that I have confirmed that's coming that's obviously notable is 2026 cornerback commitment Ty Lockert, who obviously is one of the better DBs, in the country for the 26 class, and has been committed to him for a little over a year. So that's notable for him to travel from California to come back where his mom's from. But I anticipate anywhere from 40 to 50 guys visiting. Could be more, but like I said, we'll know more over the next 2 days, most likely tomorrow.
Richard, we've heard from a couple coaches the last few days. Mike Gundy, Alex Mortensen, Trent Dilfer all have glowing things. Alex Mortensen was on one of your colleagues' podcasts recently, and they keep talking about the schemes and the setup that Petrino has put this team in, not just through 2 games, but through the majority of the career. Where should Arkansas fans, through 2 games, they're way past schedule, where should Arkansas fans expect this offense to be in the midst of SEC play?
I think by game 4 or 5, I think Coach Petrino said it to Sam that they're still learning about some of their guys, and I think by game 4 or 5, obviously they're going to have a little better idea, and Talon is going to be probably a little bit more settled in and a little bit more confident about some of the guys he's throwing to. He's already got some favorites that you can tell that he's throwing to now, but I just tend to think that you start to realize going against other competition, your strong points, your weaknesses, and there's nobody, former coaches on Coach Petrino's staff the first time he was here told me there's nobody that they know of. Well, obviously it was quite some time ago when they told me this, but nobody that they know of is able to hide weaknesses on offense more so than Coach Petrino, and he he can make your strengths even better, but can kind of hide your weaknesses, and that obviously that's an area that each coach has to try to overcome and try to minimize. But evidently, Coach Petrino's got just got the offensive mind to be able to do that.
RD, you mentioned weaknesses. I hate to call it a major weakness because I think the defense has been really good through 2 games, but they haven't necessarily forced the turnovers and gotten the sack amounts that I know they're one. Nico Davier touched on a little bit last night, as did Metcalf as well. With UAB maybe being a little turnover prone, a little sack heavy prone, do you think that's an opportunity to get some confidence for that defense in those areas this Saturday?
Yeah, and T. Will can kind of experiment with some different blitz packages and try to add a little more pressure, because right now, obviously, what happened on Saturday, you had one of the most experienced offensive lines in college football, and somebody was saying, I think on the broadcast, that it may be the most experienced offensive line in a long time.
Yep.
So I think that right there in itself kind of, makes you feel a little better because they're going to be able to pick up different twists and stuff like that from the defensive line. But I just tend to think that, based on that and even against UAPB, obviously they got some pressure, but I'm not so sure how strong they're going to be when it comes to the front four applying pressure. You hope they're able to make some adjustments to help those guys. And obviously Landon Jackson being double teamed and chipped all the time.
Yeah,
that's going to hinder him a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know unless somebody else comes along, kind of takes a little pressure off Landon, it's going to be a little difficult.
If you're Deke Adams, if you're Travis Williams, you got to find a way to move him around a little bit. All right, RD, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate the update. Hopefully there's 40 or 50 potential Razorbacks in town in Fayetteville this weekend, and maybe we'll recap a little with you next Wednesday.
Sounds good. See you, Ty.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.